Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. Central Time. And today's topic is which visa is faster than the marriage route? That's a hot topic these days. Friends, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting, and today is March 30th, 2023. My goodness, it's been a minute since I started this channel, and a lot of people have showed appreciation through asking questions that I've been able to answer. And I know there's some people I'm not able to answer in a timely manner. We try our best to reply to you as soon as possible, whether it's on the live show or after the show, and you want to add in a question as a comment later on, and you're welcome to do that. We do. If you're new to a channel, welcome. We offer free 15-minute free. You don't have to unpaid 15-minute consultation strategy session, or maybe just pointing you in the right direction and helping you prevent. If there's a way we can prevent you having an immigration problem, we'd love to do that. One common one that most people don't think about is, especially if you enter with a visitor visa, for example, and your visa is still valid and you haven't reached a certain point, let's say like 180 days of unlawful presence, there's still a way that we can help you. Okay. So really a lot of things related to children, you want to avoid the unlawful presence. Okay. As well. So let's see here. The other thing you could do is, if you know someone that may have a question about immigration, go ahead and do them a favor and save or bookmark this show or a different one, and share it with them whenever you have a chance. Because we kind of realize a lot of people that call us are actually calling for someone else, and so that's new to us. We had not thought about that, so that's why I'm saying that right now. And maybe it's because maybe your friend or someone doesn't have access to internet, or just don't know about us in general. So we really appreciate everyone that has been able to share our information, share our channel to others. All right, folks. So the other thing you can do is, if you already know you want a consultation, would like a chance at a free 15 minutes. It's not for everyone. Sometimes our team, when you call in, they're actually able to point you in the right direction without talking to a lawyer. Of course, it'll be our pleasure to assist you from start to finish, or right in the middle of your case, if you have like an RFE, request for evidence, or notice of intent to deny. Now, knock on wood, we've been very fortunate. I'd like to credit our team that every time new person calls in and asks us to authorize us to help them on responding to the notice of intent to deny, we have not received a denial. We've been approved every time. Okay. And I think part of it is because we really look at and have a conversation, but have a conversation with our clients, and to understand their life better, which surprisingly, I suspect not many lawyers actually do that and take the time to understand. Because when we understand your day-to-day life, then we know how to help you respond with certain type of evidence. And it's not always evidence like share joint account or joint bank account. Of course, that'd be easy if you've had that. It's really about telling your story on paper. So we call that like an affidavit, a letter, or declaration. I realize I'm sharing all these tips, and I need to get back to the topic of the day. Okay, so which visa is faster than a marriage? Now, here's the deal, folks. You might be thinking, I thought marriage was the only way to go. No, no, no. There are other ways, okay? Now, it may depend on the situation, right? Because, these kind of visas, like for say like e-visa, you can apply while you're in the U.S., all right? Whether you have a pending asylum, but that can be complicated. So it depends on case-by-case situation. You need to speak with a lawyer. Or, you have a non-immigrant visa right now, let's say a student visa, and you haven't been sponsored. Let's say you went for interviews, or your company that you're maybe working for through OPT right now, or as a student, and they file for your registration for H-1B. And today is a deadline that they're supposed to let people know if you've been selected, but they've already been rolling out these selections. Okay. So And if you have not been selected and you're about to graduate, or you have OPT right now, or any other non-immigrant visa, you're thinking, what are my other options? Okay. And that could be if you want to start your own business. Now, you might be thinking that starting a business is difficult. Yes, absolutely it is difficult. You can ask my team members, they can see the stress in my eyes and whatnot, but you need to think about you need to think about that if it could be the best option, and you don't have to start your own business from scratch, okay? You don't have to start from scratch. You could go through a franchise company. Let's see here. So sorry, it's responding to the team member. So yeah, E visa is one of them. L visa, if you're working for a company, if you let's say you're outside the United States right now, and you're working for a company that is thinking about starting an office or a branch office, however they may want to call it. There's so many different names like subsidiary, basically another office in the United States. They don't have to have one right now already. It could be a new one that you're helping to start in the United States. Okay. But you have to have been working for that company for at least a year, 1 year. All right. So this is just another example because you may be a student, and you're about to graduate with, through F1 visa, okay, as a student, international student, and you're going to go back to your country, right? Because if you didn't have no other option. And let's say you're like, forget OPT, I'm just going to go back. Okay. You don't have to have been working 1 year like most recently. It can be in the recent past. All right. So that is a good thing about the L visa that most people don't think about. So we have a lot of tips like that. So on that note, if you appreciate the information we share that, especially that most attorneys don't talk about, please smash the hearts on Instagram or hit the like button, the thumbs up on Facebook. We greatly appreciate it. I don't know about this algorithm thing, but apparently by doing that, our channel can reach more people out there around the world. So we greatly appreciate that. And of course, if you want to receive more information like this in the future, almost every day, please go ahead and subscribe so you get the future notification. Click the bell so you get all the future notifications of our shows. Because like today, I was a little off on the schedule. I apologize. But again, happy to answer any questions for y'all. If you want to go ahead and drop it in the comment section, whether it's on any of these platforms, or just give us a call right here on YouTube. You can call this number 720-740-4247. A lot of people, some of the comments that we've been receiving recently in the past year or two have been about their delays in their case. Or delays in their case processing, okay? Whether you're abroad or in the United States. So give us a call even if you don't think you might qualify for a lawsuit to sue the government to get the result that you're looking for. We can tell you. We can tell you if it's what we call like unreasonable timing or not. All right. We have our own chart basically based on our experience and our colleagues. So another new one, unfortunately, that's taking a long time is the waiver cases, I-601A, and also the 601, but more so the 601A. Before pandemic, that'd be approved in about average 8 months. I can't speak for other lawyers, but that's our experience. But now pandemic, the case processing times online will say 30 plus months. I think last time I saw it was 34 months a couple weeks ago. So it goes up and down. And the main question is, do we have to wait to sue the government after it hits that certain time period in the processing time? No, you don't have to wait, because we know the historical data of how long these cases should take. It shouldn't take 30 plus months for a waiver case. That's ridiculous. Okay, so the pandemic is just an excuse for the government in any immigration agency or government agency in general. So it's pretty ridiculous. So we're happy to help you, chat with you. So if you call in or fill out our form online, go to our website, greencardguys.com. You click on contact us. First option is if you want, I think it's like verify now, if you want an opportunity for the free consult. Okay. It's not for everyone. Our cares team will ask you some questions to qualify you, pre-qualify you, and they'll offer you a free 15 minutes. So So we used to do something called a secret code, but we figured that was just too cute. So we tried something new, which makes more sense to do it this way. Because again, our team could probably help you. Our cares team could probably help you without speaking with a lawyer. At least share a free guide. Now, keep in mind, they're not lawyers when you first call in. So if you really you need legal advice, then ask for the free consult to see if they can qualify you. Okay. Now here's the deal. If you want to speak with me directly, okay, you can do that here on the live show. Actually, you can do that right here. But if you want a video call, just one-on-one, my team told me I need to look out for my health. Okay. So they told me not to do that many consults personally. So they said, look, if people want to talk to you, they'll pay. So I hope you understand. We do charge $199 USD for 30 minutes with me. But if you're like, not sure about that, that's okay. We offer free 15 minutes. Not many law firms do that. I actually coach a couple other attorneys and they're resistant on it. I'm like, yo, we want to share information with y'all. Okay. So that's what people are looking for. That's why you're on this, all these different social media platforms. You're looking for the information, from what I understand, that to understand not just the law part to make sure you're eligible, but from our experience, that it sounds like people want to make sure that you're hiring the right law firm for you, like the right fit. And I understand it's like a relationship, even though there's money involved. I get it. It's a relationship. We have constant communication with our clients. So I know it's kind of crazy. I just got some emails back from former clients, thanking us for helping them, and it's heartwarming because of course. Oh, I'm going. Okay, there. I'm live signal back on. So anyway, it's heartwarming to hear of the success that we've done and helped guided our former clients and the current ones, of course. So that's why we have this channel. Okay, which visa is faster than marriage? This is more likely for folks in terms of percentage, how many people are seeking this. Probably for folks who are outside the U.S. I was just speaking to a client the other day, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, and um, they just had a visitor visa interview. Okay. But for a while, for the past 6 months, they were just kind of debating, should it be the marriage route? And they're married right now. But even then, you get married and you do the consular processing, which means you're outside the US, abroad. That still can take at least 8 to 12 months just for the petition. Step number one. We're not allowed to file all the applications when you're outside abroad. You can't file the 485 application. That's only for people in the United States, right? So there's this whole other beast when it comes to consular processing. I really call it like three steps really. That one, the first one, the petition. The second part is providing your financial documents. I'm not saying like all your financial documents. I know the business folks out there are concerned about that. It's your personal tax returns, okay, the most recent, and the W-2 or 1099, for example. All right. But then that stage with a National Visa Center, that takes a long time. Okay. That takes about roughly 6 months on average, minimum. Before the pandemic, maybe 2 months. But then even after that, you get something, an email called like documentary qualified, which is great. We file for a requested expedite request for depending on which country our clients are at, like China, for example. It got approved. And they finally just had the interview, I think, probably within about 3 months from the time we asked for it, which is pretty fast. So that's the whole other beast with step number three. Okay, the interview, visa interview. Okay. The interview itself could be just about 5-10 minutes. I know it's crazy. You've gone through this whole process, like 1 to 2 years, and the interview is like 5-10 minutes, and you're thinking, oh, that was wonderful. That was so quick. It's going to get approved. Oh, no, no, no. They have not told you the truth. Unfortunately, they have not told you the truth. It's something wrong about the government, something wrong about the visa officers. Like, I don't know what they're saying to each other in the background. They're like, I'm going to intentionally give them a 221G notice. So it doesn't happen for everyone. Not everyone suffers delays at the last part in terms of visa interview. For some people, They get the email saying, okay, drop off your passport at this courier office or whatnot, which means they're going to put the visa in your passport. But some people, they're like, this seems too good to be true, and it is too good to be true. A lot of people have been calling us because they received something called 221G notice, and let's say you just got it yesterday. We can't sue them tomorrow. It's not. We got to give them a chance. The government a chance to issue the visa. So we usually wait at least 2 months after that, because most people that call us and tell us, they're like, yeah, they gave me 221G on, like, let's say March 1st, and I get right back to them latest by March 2nd. And you're thinking, well, I gave it to them. What else do they freaking need? Exactly. I'm asking the same question. And every single time I talk to a US attorney about this and they get back to me from their representative, they call it client, their own client, let's say like USCIS or the Islamabad embassy. They're like, yeah, I just need to redo the medical exam and pay the fees again because it expired, right? Because the government took too long, took like a year plus. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I share all that information because if you have, whether you have filed a marriage case or not, and you're abroad, filed marriage petition, you're thinking, my God, this is taking forever. I hear from John, I hear from other lawyers on YouTube. This is ridiculous. It's going to take a heck of a long time. I'm about to have a baby. There's so many reasons why you want your spouse or your fiance to come to America sooner, right? I get it. Aside from the emotional part and helping you move, helping you take care of the baby, I get it. But you have to ask yourself this question up top here on YouTube, or down here on YouTube, or on this Facebook, Instagram. Which visa is faster than marriage? There's actually quite a few. So I know I mentioned E2, L visa. Probably less people would be probably qualified for L visa because you have to be working there for that company for a year outside America. But E visa, they call it investor visa, but think of it as like a business startup. Or it doesn't have to be startup. It could be that you want to pick a franchise, a company. No, it doesn't have to be. I'm not sponsored by saying this. It could be McDonald's, Domino's, Chick-fil-A. Each company has their own process, or it could be like anything related to kids. By the way, I have kids. If you create a company that helps parents, I think you would kill it in that sense. Okay, maybe kill is not the right word, but I think you'll do great if you have a company related to helping parents in a kid's playground, indoor playground. Hot tip right there. Okay, think about it. Think about it. All right. I see some comments on YouTube, so I'll get to that soon. But yeah, people suffering delays left and right every step of the way with immigration. So that's why, especially if you're just getting started, you haven't filed the petition yet. I'm not saying don't file a petition at all, but you might want to consider if you have the funds, I would say at least 50,000. People ask 50,000 USD. People ask, well, how much money do I need to invest? Fortunately, it's not like EB5 visa where it's at least 800,000. There's no minimum for e-visa, okay? But these officers will take a look. Like, look, say if you're going to say you're going to start a business, like you want to bake cookies, probably the startup cost, investment cost on that is less than starting a pizza shop, right? So if it's so I'm just giving you playful examples here, but in terms of difference here, or you want to start a construction business, you're going to have a lot of costs for employees versus like a smaller pizza shop, as opposed to like a full-scale restaurant. You need more employees. Construction company, you need to pay a lot for inventory, your equipment, trucks maybe, so that has a lot more costs. So if I were you, of course, if you haven't invested money yet and you're wondering how to decrease the cost a bit more, I would definitely consider something that doesn't have that doesn't require much inventory, equipment, or even a lot of employees. Okay. Those are three main things I look at. Okay. And if you're thinking, well, it's my dream to open a restaurant, then you might want to consider restaurants like that have really done their business in a way that is more efficient, or what we call like niche down, have a very specific dish or food. Like Chick-fil-A deals with chicken, so that's just one factor, or Domino's deals with just pizza, Yeah, breadsticks. I get it. Yeah, we just had it the other day. Um, anyway, so I have so much to share about that, but I just want to give you an idea. I don't want y'all to think that you are out of luck, out of options. But this can help people who are already in US. But again, it depends on your circumstances. We'll have to chat with you one-on-one. You're welcome. If you're on YouTube, you can give us a call at this number above. By the way, if the number doesn't work in the past couple weeks, please let us know. Leave a comment whenever you can, because we've been changing our phone number to a different system. So I think it's completed, they say, until April 12th. So if in the next couple of weeks that we don't answer the phone, please message us on these different, send us a DM or comment on YouTube. Okay, let us know. And we'll give you a different number in the meantime. Okay, so Gabby, I could talk all day about that stuff, but on to the Gabby's comment. You say that you're scared to file only for the reason of having to have the interview in Juarez, okay, in Mexico. Literally the only thing holding you back. Okay. That's thank you so much for sharing that, Gabby. It is definitely a concern, right? So that's, at least for our team, when you have a consultation to kind of give you the expectation, what it's like. It sounds like you may already know the process. Yes, number one, you definitely need to go back to Juarez, but in the strategy session with our attorneys, we will, or one of us in a one-on-one with you, will ask you some questions, okay, to see if you might qualify for what we call our team calls it a golden ticket, but they legally we call it an exception, so that you could stay here in the United States to apply for the green card. We call it adjustment status. Now, it doesn't, not everyone's qualified for it, right? Because that's why we call it a golden ticket. And but otherwise, if you don't qualify for one of those golden tickets, then you can apply for a waiver. Okay. But this is also assuming you have a qualifying relative. So the most common one, or there's really only two types of relationship: your spouse or your parent who has citizenship or resident status. Okay. It's not just only citizens. Fortunately, they expanded it. I wish they expanded it to say that, if you have a child, doesn't matter what the age, that would be great. But even if they just added children to it that over 18 years old, that would cover a lot of people. That would be so helpful. But I don't work for the government. I'm not in Congress, so. But if I were in Congress, I would have a long freaking list of things I want to change. At least with just immigration, of course, there's so many problems in the law and whatnot. But anyways, if you have any questions and you didn't have a chance to ask right here on the spot, it's okay. Give us a call or send us a DM or comment on Facebook. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do offer free 15 minutes preliminary consultation, and you can save our video, subscribe down below. All right, folks, until next time, which is tomorrow, I'll see you soon. I'll try to join live tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Y'all have a wonderful day. Take care now.